Hello, everyone. I'm Howard Berger, and I'm here with my friend and colleague Leon Wurfel from BUENO, who is coming to us live from Melbourne. And I wish you were here. You know, just wish you were here, buddy. It's so different, you not being here with us. So I was thinking about it. I remember when we first met, like back in 2014. I think it was 2014, wasn't it? I remember you walked in. It was like at Cortec at the Sprint headquarters, I think, in Overland Park, and we had arranged to meet. And it's been a journey since then. You know, everything that you've been doing at BUENO. So first, how's it? What's life like now being out of lockdown?
Yeah, well, thanks so much for having me out of Melbourne. You know, we've been on an interesting journey here as a city because before COVID, we were actually the most livable city in the world, and now we've got the unfortunate title of being the most locked down city in the world. So I'm definitely glad to be seeing the tail end of that. So we just come out of lockdown last week.
How many days of lockdown did you have? Yeah. How many days lockdown?
Oh, it was 236, which I think is equivalent to about a 9-month kind of prison home detention sentence.
Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah. So what's it like now? I mean, are you pretty much you feeling things pretty much back to normal? Resumed your normal activities, or has life changed there in Melbourne?
I think things are getting there. You know, we're slowly seeing people kind of drip feed back into the office. I think people are relishing the chance for extra connection that they've missed out on in the past kind of 18 months. But, you know, this whole thing's been going on long enough for people to really form kind of new behaviors and new habits and that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think it's going to take a while. A little while for things to get back to normal. But it's pretty exciting to be where we're at now.
That's great. That's great. I know I've been following the journey for a while, and I know it's been pretty intense there in Melbourne. Hey, so for folks who don't know you already, let's tell folks a little bit about yourself, your background and BUENO, how you got to where you are today. Let's do a little backgrounder.
Yeah, sure. Well, like you said, Howard, we've known each other for a long time. BUENO's been in this game for 8 years now, or 8.5 years. So, I guess my background pre-BUENO was as an energy efficiency consultant. I would run around to buildings and look at the data with my eyeballs and with spreadsheets, and really I was the human version of effectively what BUENO has tried to or has built into its product. So BUENO, after we started 8 years ago, we've kind of expanded now to having our product connected to buildings in 11 countries. Give or take about 2,000 buildings connected to the platform. But yeah, we're really here to help realize the dream of a sustainable world through data, as that applies to the property sector. And it's about taking jobs like the jobs that I used to do, which was putting eyeballs on data, and instead put algorithms on data instead. Save the humans, the valuable human time for actually implementing the change and creating the value and unlocking the benefits.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I don't know if people are clear on exactly how BUENO works. Like, what's the process to onboard a building or a portfolio, and then what happens when you start pulling data out of that building and how you manage it and how you draw operational insights from it and help owners and operators better manage their buildings?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. What we do is take operational technology data from buildings and all the various different building systems. We're connected to across different customers, HVAC, BMS, fire systems, elevators, a lot of refrigeration. We started in the HVAC space And we've got more than about 130, 140 million square feet of buildings HVAC systems on our platform. But now we actually have more refrigeration systems than HVAC. So we take the data out of these operational systems and apply data science to it to generate insights. And those insights can take lots of different forms, which really depends on what the needs are of the organization and its employees. But broadly speaking, it's about operational excellence. It's about energy savings. Taking all of these kind of checks that people used to do with their eyeballs or with spreadsheets. Whether that was a technician or a facility manager or a sustainability manager, and extracting those insights automatically and going a lot deeper and providing a lot richer kind of context around the insights that people will be used to seeing.
Yeah.
So we integrate with these building systems. We pull the data to our cloud-based platform, and then we serve up those insights depending on the end user. However, it makes most sense to them to see the information.
But am I correct? It's not just about HVAC. It's really about taking a look at the operational data holistically to draw, to correlate and find potential areas of improvement. Am I correct? So.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's about making the whole the operational model of the whole industry data driven rather than reactive or preventative or run to failure. We're here to I guess evolve the model of the whole of the operational side of the property industry to being data driven, which means we can't limit our scope to just being HVAC and BMS focused. And that's really interesting because people are very familiar with data, fault detection or analytics technology for the BMS and HVAC space, but less familiar with these other systems where there's still some very rich insights that you can get out of the equipment.
Yeah. What are some of the more interesting insights? Maybe give us a couple of examples of how you have how data has revealed stories about operational inefficiencies or problems. I remember some that you've told in the past that I thought were just stunning. You have a couple you could just share?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of really good ones. If we talk about the FMCG or grocery space, there's some really interesting use cases there. And I think this is like a good point to call out where I think the industry is evolving to start to see these types of tools and technologies as something that can fulfill their strategic objectives rather than something that's just a bolt-on with a business case that delivers them some savings. So we work with a customer of ours, Woolworths, who are the 20th biggest retailer in the world, 20th biggest retailer in the world. They have a large amount of refrigeration systems, and in service of their 2020 sustainability targets, they wanted to reduce their refrigerant use by 15%. So what was really interesting there was working with that team to deliver them insights around predicting when there would be incidents of refrigeration leaks. And what we found was that just by targeting a couple of specific insights in service of what their strategic objective was, we found that there were two key algorithms which effectively saved them about $3.5 million a year in terms of operational benefits. So what's really interesting in how this industry is evolving is that there are, what started out as something that you just implemented as a standalone kind of bolt-on solution to deliver some energy savings is now being adopted in service of strategic objectives of our clients. And, it's delivering on operational benefits that are not just one and done energy savings, but these are evergreen workflows now that are being supported by insights rather than being supported by technicians doing manual checks.
Yeah, no, that's huge. Yeah. So it's evolving. Our industry is evolving. Are your clients evolving in their, in their expectations, in their ability to be able to actualize some of the insights from the data?
Yeah, definitely. I think that the people that have been on this journey, because like I said earlier, we've been in this industry for 8 years now. We've been on a journey with our customers. We've got customers that we've had for the entire 8 years that BUENO's been around. So they are getting a lot more strategic with how they apply solutions like ours in order to achieve what their organizational objectives are. There's a lot of extra maturity coming from how they integrate these solutions in with their other enterprise systems, whether that's CMMSs or their data lakes across their whole enterprise, or however else they're integrating it into their organization. But it's probably important to note that these clients that have a mature understanding of this space really represent just the tip of the iceberg in terms of adoption of these tools across the whole industry. And so what I'm saying there is that there's the vast majority, we're still in the early adopter phase of the maturity curve of this technology. There's still a hell of a lot of the industry that has to come on board and adopt these types of tools. But it's not all bad news. What's really helpful is that all these people that are following along from the early adopters have an opportunity to be fast followers, because they can learn from all of the lessons that others have accumulated over the past 8 years with these types of technologies.
Well, for the last minute, maybe let's just fast forward a little bit. What's on the horizon? What's on the horizon for BUENO? What are your future plans to develop and enhance products and services? What's BUENO going to look like 12 to 18 months from now?
Yeah, really great question. What we are seeing is that there's an opportunity for a step change in the level of insights being provided to customers. People are now not just interested in equipment by equipment data. What they're interested in as well is how to compare different buildings or asset types or vendors across whole portfolios. So that's a really interesting area for us to explore, is taking a zoomed out, or using data to take a zoomed out view of portfolios. Other things is that the needs of clients are evolving as they move towards executing on their, say, net zero or other operational or sustainability strategies, which is putting the focus more on these other systems which can deliver on some of the other benefits. So, for example, there's a lot of focus now that people are achieving their energy savings ambitions. There's a lot of focus on water savings, which means the opportunity to integrate with water treatment systems becomes a lot more ripe than it has historically. So, the market's changing. People are getting more mature in their adoption of this stuff, and needs are changing over time. But I guess the real kind of takeaway, the biggest thing that I've seen in the past 8 years, is clients actually using these tools to support their strategy rather than just seeing it as a nice to have.
Good. Well, unfortunately, we're just out of time, and it's a wrap. But it's been a pleasure. I'm going to make that announcement. So for anybody who's watching, you can actually have a virtual session, interact with Leon now. If you're here, we've got virtual BUENO out on the terrace area. So please stop by, visit, have a conversation, and you'll. How long we'll have? She's out there talking. For at least another half hour. That's Leon's going to be available. So, Leon, again, thank you. Hope to see you again.
Thanks so much for having us and making letting us zoom into the conference this year. It's great to participate.
Yeah. Next time live.
100%.
All right. Thanks, mate.